starting to heat up here inside Dickies Arena as the 2024 CrossFit Games have come to Fort Worth, Texas. Getting set for Heat 2 of individual men event number 8. I'm Chase Ingram, along with me is Adrian Conway and Mike Arsenault. As men are getting set to take on Dickies Triplet, a classic CrossFit event, 5 rounds for time, 175 meters on the run, 12 toes to bar, and 8 alternating dumbbell snatches at 100 pounds. Your starting 10 in heat number 2, Samuel Kwan in lane number 5, currently sitting in 11th overall, is just 5 points out of the top 10.
Chase, this is the 7th CrossFit Games, 2nd in 2020, 4th in 2023. He is good at classic CrossFit, and I expect Sam, with his experience, to be able to make some moves here.
Just outside in 12th, the father of 4, Travis Mayer's best finishes his 10th at the 2016 CrossFit Games, and he is in striking distance of improving on that in his 9th Games appearance. First came in 2013.
10th overall back then, Chase, and he's also got 10th in track and field, and he's a physically strong athlete, excelled at the clean ladder. This is a great combination of movements for success for Travis.
10 seconds. Stand by.
Heat number 2 is off. Your middle 10 athletes, we have just 3 heats to start off Sunday. This Henrik Hopalainen out early. It's a 175-meter run inside Dickies Arena. His athletes will make that turn, and they'll go to the rig for 12 toes to bar.
Chase, Hopalainen got new life, man. After watching him go through Chad yesterday, you could talk about the ebbs and flows and the swings of the CrossFit Games itself. Hopalainen looked like he was done for to finish Chad. And he is now rebounded. Look at the energy. He's focused. He's out for aggression on this triplet.
Well, we said so far, it's like there's a lot of things that are grip intensive in this event. You think about what Henrik Hopalainen did at semifinals in that final event. Ring muscle ups and then holding on to those dumbbells at the end. This guy's got iron grips, which is going to be needed for an event like this.
That's right, and that freedom there, that buffer of capacity with his grip, allows him to have that freedom on the run to be aggressive in the other movement.
The time to beat 7:28.63, set by Austin Hatfield in heat number 1. The time is in the upper left corner of your screen. Hopalainen done with his 8s as he makes his way out. And you're right, Adrian. We've got a new Henrik Hopalainen here on the competition floor to start off Sunday.
Sometimes all you need is to get that recovery in, man. You get some fluids, get your legs up, take an ice bath or 2, come back, and you're reinvigorated, ready to rock and roll.
But as we saw in heat 1, there's a big difference between round 1 then round 5.
Yeah, we've seen this in the past too, and it doesn't always play out well. We see one of the key steps here for success is too fast won't last. You certainly have to understand, have the self-awareness of what is just under your threshold so that your runs don't necessarily just slow 4 to 5 seconds every round, because that can add up.
Henrik Hopalainen's best finish at the CrossFit Games was 5th in the 2021 that had rope climbs, skier, and Husafeld back carries. So you know he has the ability to hold on, and you know he has the ability to push at a pace that is relatively uncomfortable for an extended period of time.
Equally looks strong in toes to bar.
Time check we're looking at. 2:55 was when Austin Hatfield was done this second round. Hatfield holding the time to beat at 7:28. Hopalainen 18th overall, 3rd at the semifinals this year at the French Throwdown. To his left you have rookie Callum Clements, and to his right is Bjorgen Carl Gudmundsson. As Henrik Hopalainen is out for his 3rd round, 5 seconds underneath the pace set by Hatfield. But Hatfield got faster in round 4, and his 5th and final round was his fastest one.
Yeah, Hatfield being a rookie in that last heat really nailed the pacing like a true veteran, to be honest, and it's very impressive to see that happening, because within 3 movements, again, on an event that looks so very simple, it's so easy to get lost in just because you can, well, I'm going to be loaded in the fact that maybe I should, and that's not always true. We talk about that a lot, and we will continue because it's a huge staple consideration in our sport with game planning.
Hopalainen holding on to his lead. Saxon Panchek in second. And there's a tight cluster for third between San Juan, Callum Clemens, and Travis Mayer.
Papelon in here trying to gather his composure, keep his heart rate low by deep inhales and exhales through his movement. Deep exhale through his loading when his chest comes forward and his feet go behind him. Deep inhale as he kicks the rig every time.
4 minutes in.
Chase, one thing Papelon does is look up at the dumbbell every time when he cycles it. Notice his eyes gaze up before he lets it down. Not that it's close enough to matter, but when you watch other competitors that don't look at the dumbbell, the cycle rate's just a touch faster with every rep. We're going to do 40 of these throughout the course of an event. That really does add up. But the guys that don't make eye contact with the dumbbell tend to have an advantage over time.
10 seconds ahead of the pace by Hatfield. Papelon was done at 4:17. Hatfield's done at 4:27. Round of 4. The big round to see if you came out at the pace that you're comfortable with, and we're trying to see if you can hold on to that. With 1 round left to go.
And while you can tell his run is more labored, his pace doesn't seem to be showing that it's slowing much at all.
Saxon Panchik just behind. Close the gap a little bit between round 3 and round 4 as we're past the 5-minute mark. Papelon to the rig first on the right side. Saxon Panchik making his way to the rig. The time to beat. 7:28.63 set by Austin Hatfield in the previous heat. We still have 1 heat left to go. 3 reps left for Papelon. 12 toes to bar, 60 total reps in this event as he moves to the dumbbell for the 4th time.
A lot of consideration going into the loads, the reps, the movements, and the combinations that these athletes do to make sure that the test at the end of the full week is thorough, Chase. And how they land on that number 60, I'm not exactly sure. But I can tell you that it is meeting the threshold end. Was it just enough to make the dumbbell harder? Was it just enough to make some athletes consider breaking it up early and going unbroken late? But you're going to say the bottom line is that the athletes are the ones that tell the story by going as fast as they can.
Papelon has about a 9-second edge on Hatfield's time and about the same distance between him and Saxon Panchik.
Chase, too fast won't last. Is Saxon having the opportunity now? The door opening is Papelon, and now on this run here looks drastically different than even the previous round. And Saxon looks determined to close the gap.
Saxon's trying to catch Henrik Papelon. Less than 1 minute to go before the time to beat. Papelon to the rig first, but Saxon's closer.
We talked about that dumbbell cycling also being a huge part of this.
Papelon only has a 2-rep lead on Saxon Panchik. Final 12 toes to bar. Hands in the air for Papelon. Hand in the air for Panchik. Travis Mayer's in the mix. Papelon to the dumbbell first. Can he stay ahead of Saxon? Can he get the time set by Hatfield? 6 reps left to go. Here comes Saxon Panchik. 5 reps left to go. Saxon Panchik is closing the gap. 2 reps left to go for Papelon and 2 for Saxon. Can he hold on? It's a sprint to the line. It'll be Papelon. Just 3 seconds ahead of the time to beat and 7/10 ahead of Saxon Panchik. Mayer's in, so is Quant. BKG, Italian Souza. Harry Lightfoot, Chris Ibarra. Paul Greasaber is in, just past the 8-minute mark. And that'll do it. It's 11 minutes is the cap, but 3 minutes below that is Henrik Papelon held on as long as he could, and he was able to hold off Saxon Panchik.
Yeah, it's one of those things, Chase. We talked about the keys. Hey, there's no real limiter. You got to go. It comes down to a fight, and Henrik Papelon came out the fight great out of the gate, but then that led us to concern. Was it too fast? Which we knew that too fast wouldn't last. And while his initial speed didn't last, he was able to create such a buffer in the early through mid rounds that on round 5, even though he was in quite a bit of suffering, which we can all recognize and completely relate to, practicing CrossFit on a regular basis, we know that we do hard things, and he was able to finish by persevering through that discomfort and finishing the job.
At the line, as he said, Adrian, started fast, he was able to hold on, and as you're getting to the finish line, you shouldn't be fresh getting across the finish line. Just total